It is the 22nd of August, 2024. This is WIKISPEED Standup. Go ahead, Lauren.
This is Lawrence Salter, Gabriel Island, British Columbia, Canada. And the past week, what I've done is a few hours of looking at the articulated robot from the beginning, the Ross and robotics. So I'm on the third one, the installation, and I'm actually getting my machines ready to do the installation. And it's very good because basically he makes recommendations for exactly what operating system to have, and that's encouraging so that you're not it's not too fiddly. I mean, I think it's a really good approach. I'm hunting. I'm hunting for a power cord that I borrowed from my second identical HP that I got for Linux. I think I put it on one of the monitors, but I may go to the recycling and get 2 or 3 power cords.
It's just an IEC power cord, right?
The 3 holes that go in the back of the computer. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know why that is the only thing that we adopted from the IEC, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I'm going to do Ubuntu 20 on that machine because he recommends not doing well. I'm actually going to be deciding, so I'll do that in crosstalk. I might go to the latest, what is it, stable release for Ubuntu, which is 22 something, I think, or no, it's 24 something now. But anyway, I might get the latest stable one and get into the Docker things. He says the Docker is a little bit fussy. So I've got another machine, so I have the choice. He says it's easier to just install the systems he recommends and do a full install to go quickly. So I'll decide on that. I'm going to do both. At some point, I want to get the latest Ubuntu and just or any other operating system that is recommended, and then use Docker. But I'm going to do that in parallel until I got confidence with that. So that's kind of the coming week, as well as the current. And blocks are just other projects. And I'm going to Vancouver this weekend for a couple of days. And so I'm going to probably be kind of recovering from that trip. But I should be ready next Thursday to do more. So that's pretty much it for me, and back to you. And I'm going to turn off the video for a minute.
Okay. It's Michael Olchuk, Saskatoon, Canada. Last week on the Maslow 4, the CNC machine, I basically cut out all the stuff and mounted it for using, instead of the DeWalt router that they suggested, I was going to try and use a little Dremel tool. And I got all the pieces cut, and it fit pretty well. It fit pretty well together, but it was a little bit too small a diameter, so it didn't fit well. It didn't replace the 69 millimeter, I think it was, diameter on the CNC or the DeWalt router. So the clamps didn't clamp tightly enough for me to make it work. So when I turned on the Dremel tool, it rotated in the mount, which is bad. So I disconnected and took apart. I did get the 1/8 inch bushings for the DeWalt router, and I've got a 1/8 inch end mill in there. I haven't run a test carve yet, but I've got it set up so that it can do it. I also took apart the CNC machine and I cut the Z-axis rods. They were about a 1/4 inch too long. And by clamping them down, other people were actually cracking some of the brackets. I didn't do that, but the bottom of my sled, I think is what they call it, the thing that the router sits on anyway, it was warped. So whenever I cut a circle, it looked more like an oval because there was some tilting involved as it moved from one direction to the other, positive X to negative X. Anyway, I got that taken apart, cut down, put back together. So I'm relatively happy with that. In terms of the Little Red Dragon project, I have not gotten the Raspberry Pi loaded with anything for the tank, and I haven't assembled the electronics on the tank yet. That's on my list for next week. For the Polaris project, I researched how other people are using throttles when they are, what would you say, when a throttle is not working the way it should. So I got some pointers on how to clean off the connectors, which apparently is a big thing, and also how to use a voltage divider on the one throttle and feed the same signal to both channels, where one is half of the other, which is what Polaris does. So I've got some things to try. Hopefully that will be next week. And I guess if you're going to be doing Docker, I'm going to have to set up Docker on my Linux box to see if I can get. I think it's version 18 that we're using of Ubuntu, and I guess if you're going to go with version 22, then that's what I'll try as well. Polaris project, I got to remove 2 throttles from the other Polarises here up here at the lake. Experiment with resistors when I get home, and blocks. Going to a different lake this weekend, so I'm going to be going Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but should be able to work on stuff for Monday and Tuesday at least, maybe Wednesday as well. I guess back to you. And you're muted.
Right. Yeah, so I'm going to give myself an 8 and the team 10. And the process improvement, yeah, we need people who know Docker. So and then now back to you.
I did a quick count. I think I'm at least 4 points for this week, so I was hoping to get 4, so I guess I'm going to have to give myself a 10 out of 10. 10 for the team as well. And getting more people involved has been something that we should have done for quite some time. I don't know how we get people involved until we've got like Docker and what's the name of that simulation package? It's not Trellis, it's something else. Anyway, if we get the simulation package on Docker, sorry,
Gazebo?
Gazebo.
Talking about Gazebo?
Yeah, getting Gazebo set up and getting a GitHub repository for what we're trying to get running will make it so that anybody can participate. And I think that's important. Like, we don't want people to join and then stick around for 2 weeks and say, "Oh, well, there's nothing for us to do. We can't participate," and then stop. So it would be good to get people involved, but I think having Docker running well is probably going to be very important for us to keep people engaged. Anyway, that's about it. What do you want to do for crosstalk?
Yeah, let's end the video.
Okay.